All right. I think we are live here. Just going to make sure our audio is working and then we will get started. Just 1 second here. All right. Just checking the audio. Testing. All right. I think we are good. All right. Hey everyone, Ryan from Ebike Escape, and we are back with another unboxing. I am very excited about this one because I have yet to review in person a juiced electric bike. I've written about them. I know a lot about some of their models. I recommend them to folks depending on what they're looking for. So if you are looking to purchase a juiced electric bike, please consider using the link in the description. It lets them know that I sent you so we can review more juiced electric bikes. We have the juiced RipRacer, originally announced late 2021, maybe even December. It's their most affordable electric bike. I believe the current price is $13.99. I will go ahead and just verify that. And there are two different versions. There's a class 2 version and then there's a class 3 version. I believe this is the class 2 version, not 100% certain. Yeah, $13.99. And then the model, if you go to the class 3 version for pre-order right now, it's $15.99. And I thought that price on both models made it super compelling, and I really wanted to do a review. So really happy to make that happen. Other resources will be linked down in the description as well. Our electric bike accessories list, top e-bike brands page, and finally our electric bike discounts code page where I track all the deals on the electric bike brands that I follow. And one of the reasons that I do these live unboxings is one, because I have to assemble them anyway, and two, I get so many questions from people who watch our videos, whether it be a YouTube comment or an email, and it's very difficult for me to respond to everyone in a timely manner. And so this is your chance to really ask me anything. I'll do my best, whether it's about this bike or any other bike that I've reviewed or any bike you're looking at. If I can share any thoughts, I certainly will. And actually, as you saw, I haven't even taken a peek at this bike, and I'm actually very interested in the packaging because I've watched some videos on juiced bikes a couple of years ago, maybe now at this point, and they are very much making sure that their electric bikes arrive to you in the same condition that they left the facility where they get shipped from. And I'm going to cut the box open here in just a second, but just a note, there is at the top, I had this juiced LCD display here. And I will also note I am not a mechanic. Peter, it looks quite distinctive. Yeah, it is a very unique frame. I'm actually a little bit surprised there's not more models designed like this. So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see this bike. Now I am going to cut the box, and I don't necessarily recommend that you do this, because if perhaps you need to ship the box back or your bike back, it can happen. It is rare. You want to have your box, but because it's just me, it's going to be easier for me to cut the box, and we'll kind of get a cross section of their shipping, which I do put some weight into that, knowing that a bike is going to arrive to you in good condition. And even this knife, I might need to put a new blade in here, but maybe I think there's just staples on this side that I can't see. Try to cut a little further here. Or maybe they're just using cardboard. Whew. Wow. This cardboard is tough. I'm getting it though. I even have to go in from the inside a little bit here. There we go. I think that's pretty good. All right. Roger says, do you keep all the bikes you review? The answer to that question is, I keep a fair bit of them, not all of them. It really depends on the model. If I think I might feature it again in a different video or want to hang on to it, if, for instance, if another generation gets released. So I do keep a fair bit of the some of the bikes, and it depends too on popularity and things like that. And then others I just sell here locally because it's just a lot to have storage space for all these e-bikes, and even managing how many are really the battery capacities is a challenge, because you obviously don't want to not charge them for a long time. And so that's something that I'm kind of dealing with right now too, just making sure all the bikes that were stored over winter have a charge. I don't know if this is different cardboard or maybe it's my knife, but cutting through this is, let's see. We're getting there. And I won't tell you what color it is, but I'm very excited to see what this looks like in person. That's some pretty unique colors. Okay, here we go. Still stuck on this side. Go. All right, look at that packaging. Wow. That is definitely nothing going to happen with this bike. I mean, the whole thing is entirely foam. Might not, I guess it, I don't know, might not be the most environmentally friendly, but you know, e-bikes are expensive, and so having them packaged nice is always a bonus. And I'm even trying to think, kind of a split here, so maybe I'll pull off a side here. There we go. Let me grab this box. The bike will still stand. Yeah. Don't want any bikes tipping over. That happened in our last live stream. I just wasn't holding the bike and tipped over. All right, let's see what we have in here. Again, have not reviewed a juiced electric bike, so I'm not actually sure what to expect. All right, charger here. Looks like a output 2 amp charger here, very standard. Has kind of the 3 pins there to go in. When did you order your RipRacer? So I did not order this bike. I reached out to Juiced, and they were willing to send me one for review. I've kind of been in touch with them for a long time, so maybe they were sick of me telling them that I really wanted to do a review of this bike. And so they do give you some Class 2 stickers. Warning, this is a Class 2 electric bike. Top speed, 20 miles per hour, 750 watts. State and local regulations vary. It is your responsibility to consult authorities for lawful use in your area. Always wear a helmet. So 2 stickers that you can put on your bike if you so choose. Perhaps if you're in an area where they actually check the bikes, that's something you'll want to put on. I did see a comment. Let's see, who is it from? Peter asks, will I be testing the XP Lite that was announced today? I believe so. I do not have it yet. I'm very excited about that one. In fact, I did record a short video this afternoon giving some of my thoughts on that bike, and still have to edit it, so we'll see when that comes out. But I just feel like the electric bikes are so popular. I want to help out people the best I can in making their decision, whether they want the XP Lite, whether they want to get the XP 2.0, totally up to them, but try to give some information so you can make an educated decision. We have some very simple metal pedals, what I'd expect on an affordable electric bike. We have some tools, a Y, kind of Allen key set, a cheap screwdriver, and then some wrenches. Looks like we have a couple caps here. I'm assuming these go on the rear nuts for where the rear wheel attaches. We'll see about that. And they do include a bell and some, oh, maybe this, I don't know, this almost, I don't know, I guess I'll see what these caps are too. Again, not a mechanic, just unboxing an electric bike. What do we have in here? Is this the light? All right. I think this light might be pretty nice too, if memory serves. It's been a while since I've kind of looked at the specs of this electric bike, but I believe this one has a 10 amp hour battery. I'll dig into it further, obviously. But this is like a metal light, and there's a giant, a small LED, but it's one of those like tiny square LEDs that usually give off a lot of light. So I'll be curious to see how this performs. And then some mounting hardware as well. And that's what's in the box. All right. Again, if you're just joining me and you're looking to purchase a juiced electric bike, please consider using the link in the description. It's a free way to help support the channel. And thanks for your support. Let Juice know that I sent you their way. All right. Kind of, normally you'd kind of lift this out. I'm just trying to figure out how this all comes out. Here we have the handlebars kind of stuck here. Oh man, I'm so excited for the color I picked out. Wanted to go with one of the unique colors. I wonder if I should maybe cut the zip tie here. Always recommend a pair of side snips. Mine actually might be getting dull. I've used them so much at this point. There we go. Another zip tie here. All right. And if you've watched I recommend checking out Juice YouTube channel. Some of their videos with their founder. I think he's the only founder. It might be a co-founder. There might be another co-founder as well. I'm not 100% certain. But Tora. And there's videos of him in China going to the factory, throwing boxes on the warehouse floor and inspecting them for damage, taking them out of the box, taking notes, making changes. And so it's so clear to me that they are paying some attention to shipping, obviously. Though there probably is maybe a better way to take this out of the foam here. And as you can see, we got the high vis yellow, I think is the technical color, and it looks awesome. It's really cool. I love that. Love that. Even like some of the juiced branding on here looks really cool. Let's see if I can lift that up, put that out of the way. Oh yeah, single speed on here, and nice like mid-step frame design. And I mean, the biggest thing is of course that price point I think is really attractive. And we have the rear wheel. I mean, they even have some foam here protecting the rear wheel so it doesn't damage the frame. And they even have some packaging or some some kind of material surrounding the zip ties to prevent your frame from getting scratched. So they just, the attention to detail is very nice. All right, let's see here. I wonder how this bike will handle hills with the single speed. It has a powerful motor and a large chain ring. Yeah, I actually was out riding a different single speed bike today on doing our hill climb test. And I mean, with a motor this powerful, you'll be able to go up throttle alone if you wanted to. unless you live maybe in a mountain town or something like that. But most often, in this motor peaks, I think, over 1,000 watts. At least they advertise on their website. Again, this is the class 2 version. But yeah, it depends too on the gearing and being able to provide your own power. And obviously, that is something that's very much different on a single-speed electric bike. All right, let's see. Put some of this away. And Juiced has a multitude of models at this point. The Rip Current, Cross Current, Fat Tire. They have their kind of commuter bike. They're very well known for their moped style bikes with the Hyper Scorpion, and was it the Hyper Scorpion 2 and the Scrambler style bikes. And yeah, just really cool. All right. There is a handle on the back of the seat, but it's feels like it's not super sturdy. I mean, I just lifted the bike up with it, but so hopefully that's strong enough. Try to get this tire off here. Zip ties. Again, one of the things that really sets Juiced apart as well, 52-volt battery packs. They pretty much were doing 52-volt battery packs when, I mean, virtually not a lot of, especially in the affordable range, we're doing 52-volt battery packs. Now there's a few more companies, but still pretty rare. We do have a bolt-on front axle here, something to just be aware of. All right, let's see. Show that battery off. Oh, so this might be a class 3 version, actually. I'm not entirely certain, but I thought the battery capacity was 10 on the more affordable model, and this says 15.6. So I'll have to double check that, or if someone wants to double check it who's watching live. I guess I didn't pay much attention to when it got shipped. I just was excited to know that it was coming. Let's see here. A few more zip ties to go. Got some BMX style handlebars. And I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of content about the RipRacer yet. So I'll be curious if people start receiving them soon. So if you want me to prioritize this review, let me know in the comment section if you're watching this after the fact, and I'll see what I can do. Usually I think it's kind of fun to put a poll out on YouTube and ask what model I should do. So for instance, the last one I asked, and the overwhelming majority was to get the review done on the event in Solterra. So that's what I've been filming the last few days, really. And yeah, that was a fun one. Affordable electric bike. You even have some protectors on the brake levers, because obviously they're metal and they don't want those damaging your bike. Let's see, where's my display here? So I think we're gonna have to go like this. And yeah. All right, I'm just trying to decide if I want to try to put the handlebars on. This is kind of where the bike tipped over on me on my last unboxing. Let's see. I'll try to rely on that front fork and see if it holds steady here. I think the class 3 has the upgraded screen, and the class 2 maybe doesn't have, because this one definitely has an LCD screen. Maybe I'll just take a look here as well. See if I can figure it out. Okay, I'm just going to select the class 2 version. If this is the class 3 version, I'll be even more excited. Oh, maybe they both come with Maybe they both come with the 15 amp hour battery. I mean, there's a class 2 sticker on it already. So let's just take a look here. See if I can find. 52 volt. Class 3 features a new 50. So it says the class 3 model. Yeah, okay. I guess this is the upgraded class 3 RipRacer because it has the 15 amp hour battery. Okay. Well, I guess that is great because I want to showcase just how powerful this electric bike is. And that's something that Juiced is certainly known for, I guess. I'm just looking at their the stem plate here, and they even have like the Juiced logo up there, which is pretty fun. And they have a nice, this is something that I think some other companies could take a cue from that I think actually looks pretty cool. A lot of them will have the 4 bolt pattern here for mounting accessories, which I think is great. And then they'll have their logo kind of into the frame, but Juice has this nice metal cover that goes over it, and it kind of, I don't know, gives it a more clean look, I guess. So that's kind of cool. Got some RipRacer graphics and a bunch of, I don't even know, maybe these are mounting holes on the top there, 4 of them. I can't remember, or no, actually I think there's a frame bag that you can buy for that maybe mount to that or something. I seem to remember some kind of custom accessory. So that's cool. Just a rigid front fork up here, and I think that's fine with these fat tires, especially if they're going to keep the price low. There's nothing worse than buying an electric bike that has a front fork where it just doesn't do much and it adds additional weight. So no fenders, no rear rack. I'm not entirely sure if they offer those as accessories. I would think so. Just looking around I think this color is so cool. So cool. It also comes in blue and kind of a green forest color, I guess. It's a unique green color as well. And then maybe the last color, I don't remember the 4th color, but I think it's 4 colors. I like the Out Loud bikes. If you're spending money on a bike, might as well get something fun. So I'll check the comments here in just a second. I just want to start getting these handlebars on. All right. And it's nice. I know what direction I need to put the stem plate on here. Love the BMX bars. This is where, it'd be really nice to have someone to perhaps hold the handlebars, and we'll see. Maybe I can. With these BMX bars, it's just maybe a little tricky. I'll try to maybe thread them on by hand first and then keep the tool out just enough to hold it in place and then center them. So the nice thing about these BMX bars is you can move them kind of towards you or further away. So that's kind of handy. You even have RR on the handlebars for RipRacer. And let's see, these are, gosh, I didn't even realize that these were hydraulic brakes on the class 3 model, I guess. I'm not sure on the class 2 model if that's the same. It looks like the brand might be Logan or Kogan. I'm not, the L is a little bit tricky to read, could go either way. That's not a brand I'm familiar with. Still motor cutoffs. So I feel like for that $1,600 price point for the class 3 version, that's a pretty good deal. Juiced is a brand that typically runs sales from time to time. And they're one that I follow very closely with our electric bike discounts code page where I share deals from various brands. All right, let's at least get these centered-ish. And then I can adjust them probably when I get the front tire on. Maybe just try to get them just tight enough so the bars don't fold over on me. Again, this is the juiced RipRacer. If you're looking to buy one, link in the description. Let's Juice know that I sent you their way and help support the channel, and hopefully we'll get to review more juice models. I do think they are a good brand here in the United States, and clearly the founder has a passion for the business and is very much involved in the R&D. Some of those videos were really fun watching him. I think even some of the videos were during the pandemic when he went over there. And so I think he had to quarantine and everything, and kind of documented his travels a little bit. So all the way, I think that was 2020. That's when he did that. It wasn't last year, but so yeah, I've been following them pretty closely. All right, let's see. We just gotta center these a little bit. And if you're watching this, I'd love to hear what electric bike you're considering. Are you interested in the RipRacer? Is there another brand you're considering? Other models? What style of e-bikes? All right, I think these will hold at least for now. All right, let's see about getting. So like other bikes, there's kind of a bolt here, and let me just check the comment section quickly here. All right. Please do test run review. Planning to have one. Thanks. I'll do my best. We still had snow just a few days ago, and it's been really cold, and it's going to be cold this weekend. So it's been a challenge. Fourth color is black. Thanks, Bern. Appreciate that. I thought it might have been black, but I couldn't say for sure. My top two choices, I think, would be the blue, or this color, obviously, and then the blue, and then maybe the green. Just like to pick out, let's see what size this, 15. So this is going to be a bit tricky to get down here, unless I might need to. This is where it'd be nice if I had my bike stand in here, but. What size is this? Oh no. Maybe I can take off the other side. Let's look at the other side so I can see what I'm doing. It might just be on the other side, so let's see if we can tilt this over. I feel like this is a 16. 18? Yeah, so I do need to grab an additional wrench for this, and let's see if I happen to have one here. Sometimes you just never know what you're. This is an 18 on here. Let's see if this is the right size. I think it might not be the right size, but it's going to be enough to get it loosened up here. Almost. enough here? Should have enough slack here. There we go. All right. So for those curious, and I know my handlebars are loose. This is what they had on there. So, all right. Front wheel. Then I will look at comments again. Feels like the front tire is actually pretty low at this point. So definitely have to pump that up. And they even zip tied the spacer in for the brake caliper. Never seen that before. So that's to prevent you, if you were to, for instance, hit the lever on the left side, which you do want to avoid. It won't cause any issues until you take this off. And then obviously, so right now I'd want to be very careful with that front brake. So just something to be aware of. All right, so now, let's see. These go, sometimes with these there's some washers on here. So I'm just trying to figure out, it looks like there's one, and then it almost looks like these should be pointed the opposite direction. Because there's kind of these little arms that would otherwise fit into the bottom of the fork here to prevent it from kind of slipping loose. So I think that's what I'll try first, and we'll go from there. Then there'd be a washer on each side, I guess. And there's probably, they might have a assembly video, so something to be aware of. All right, we're gonna go with this. See what happens. We'll just get it on there, and then once it's on there, I can try to tighten everything down, and I will just pull them off here. This is another part where nice to have a second set of hands. Just lining up that brake, and let's see. I'm just trying to get that. It's possible they all go on the outside. See, it doesn't quite want to go down just yet. I'm going to switch that up. I'm going to put those, I'm going to put both on the other side and keep these off for now. Let's see how we go now. Just try to get it on here. Okay. There we go. And I can put the kickstand down now. All right. Progress here. Okay, let's see. What is the discount code? I do not, so I personally don't have a discount code for this particular bike, though. If Juice, for instance, is running a sale, which I'm not sure if I've received any emails recently, in our electric bike discounts code page, which eventually there will be a link in the description. Otherwise, you can go to ebikeescape.com. Right at the top, click on electric bike discounts, and that's where I post all the discounts that I get. RipRacer and Rad Expand, two really good choices. Main difference, I think, is going to be likely power, probably in the RipRacers, a Pro if you're looking for more power. The Rad Expand, obviously, folding, and depending on which one you're looking at, the $13.99 or $15.99 one. So price is a little bit different. I have two event in, considering the Jeep full suspension as my next toy. So I would imagine that's the Quiet Cat. Someone else considering a Rad Expand 5. Wow, that's great to hear. I'm a huge fan of Rad Power Bikes. Just did the Rad Expand review not too long ago. Has anyone received theirs? Fun and Riker, not sure what bike you're talking about, but I personally did do a review on the Radixpan 5. All right, so I'm thinking these probably go in now on this side first. At least that's what I'm going to do, at least for now, and maybe adjust after the fact. So again, this is not a tutorial at all. I usually go back through and check the bikes before I ride them. So it's actually a very interesting kind of nut on the side here. And I'm kind of curious how this is going to, maybe I'll show it on camera. So this is the nut that they're using here. Oh, I see. Never mind, this is just a cover. And so you want to make sure that you get these apart, and so you can actually torque the bolt down. So I'm going to try to peel this off quick. And I'm assuming that's what some of these other covers are for. All right, there we go. Got it off. Definitely want to be careful with that one. Always want to make sure your front wheel is very much so attached. All right. And let's see, I think I'll stand the bike up here, and I guess I will use their included wrench. So this is a 15. Again, nutted, not a quick release. So I usually do prefer that they are quick releases, just in case you have a flat tire, but you know, I've never run into the problem, so not a huge deal. And I'm just gonna start tightening on both sides, and really, I mean, that extra piece is kind of going, I don't know how much that is really helping the way that's designed, because it doesn't actually fit into the, I guess, the dropouts of the front fork. Looks like maybe you might have to bend them down a little bit. We have these 180. I think they're 180 millimeter rotors. I want to verify that with what's stamped on them, but that's what they look like. All right, I think we're tight enough there. All right, let's see. Handlebars, I think, should be next. And maybe I'll point the screen upward here a little bit. The Ad Motor e-bike, what model from Ad Motor? I'm familiar with them, have not reviewed one of their electric bikes. If I'm not mistaken, they might be a Chinese brand that sells direct to consumer, but correct me if I'm wrong. The other things, we have the external battery pack here, but the controller is in the rear here. And let's see, I'm assuming there's a plate. Yep, there's a plate on the other side that you can undo to access the controller. So that's going to be nice for any maintenance that you would have to do. And let's see, where is my tool here? Juice goes with these pretty simple displays. Looks like I have to tighten down the brakes here and maybe even move the throttle down just slightly. That's going to be too far up. Or maybe undo the throttle and something I'll have to adjust. All right, let's focus on the handlebars here. So BMX style handlebars, that feels pretty good. I think we'll go with something right around there. It's got these rubber grips here. All right, tighten it down there. Juiced branded display at least. 3 keys. This would be something where if you wanted to do everything properly, you would have a torque wrench, torque all these bolts to spec. Biggest thing is you don't want these handlebars moving, but you don't want to over tighten them either. All right. Yeah, that might be a little bit more forward than some people would like, but forward this way, but feels pretty good to me. More, yeah, I think it's just like perfect upright for me. Looks like I need to adjust this brake over here as well. Let's see, how are these? Maybe move those to the left. That feels pretty good. Hopefully this is the right size. We'll see. Like that this has hydraulic brakes. If you can afford an electric bike that has hydraulic brakes, go for it. The mechanical ones are fine too, but if you're really going to be riding a lot, you know, the few extra $100 is money well spent, in my opinion, especially if you're going to be, you know, using an e-bike as a car replacement or something like that. Easily pays for itself if you put on enough miles. All right, that feels good. Take this little rubber off the grip, and then I do need to figure out what I'm going to do over here. I almost feel like the throttle could be maybe pointed down a little bit. I have to get these these brake levers. I might be able to get the brake lever underneath that. Just kind of trying to figure out what might be the best option here. And I'll check the comments in just a second here. So 2, 2.5. I think it might be a 2.5 here. If I loosen these up, hopefully I'll be able to make some adjustments. There we go. And I wonder maybe what I can do if somehow, just don't want that too low that I'm going to be. I think what I might end up doing is really undoing these brake levers here. Just give me some more space to work with. Brake levers feel pretty good. Not having ridden them, of course, but see, the cables are wrapped together, so that makes it a little bit tricky. Can undo this cable wrap maybe a little bit and get this done quick. Let's see. Undo the throttle. There we go. That might have actually been an easier way to, well, yeah, this is a little bit tricky, I feel like. So you don't want that to come over. Yeah, I guess I'll have to kind of, ideally the brake lever would be down here, I think the throttle will be, yeah, okay, interesting. Just maybe a little bit tricky with these brake levers. So I'll put these where I want them, and then I'll go ahead and tighten down the throttle. Just want to be careful with that extra cable here. Again, if you're just joining us late, this is the Juiced RipRacer. Link in the description. Help support Ebike Escape. And all right, let's see. Make sure these are about even. Feels pretty good. Now, is the throttle going to be able to reach? I think it will. All right. Tighten that down. And just tighten the throttle down, and then I can move on to the pedals and the light. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine on that throttle, I think. And I'll move it down just slightly so it doesn't hit the cable when I'm braking. All right, let's see. Thought this was the right size. There we go. Got it out of there. All right. Yeah, that feels good. Brake levers. Take off this protector. All right. Let's move on to the pedals as well as the front light. And I will turn the bike on towards the end of this video. They do a little bit of cable wrapping. You could definitely make it look a little bit nicer and really bundle these up nicely. There's some, maybe I should add some wrap that I've used to our electric bike accessories list. That would probably be a good idea, because you can really clean them up pretty good. Let's do the pedals actually first. I noticed I had a couple other zip ties. Let's check comments as well. Hydraulic brakes are the bomb. Totally agree. How tall are you? Trying to figure out if it fits me. I am 6 feet tall with a 32-inch inseam. And in a second, I can stand back over it and put the seat kind of where I would personally ride, if that would help you out a little bit more. All right, let's see if these pedals... Sizing is tricky, especially when you're buying online. This looks like the left one. Looks like it's stamped on the end just ever so faintly. Go ahead and move the screen down here. All right. Probably do want to put some grease on these pedals. I should maybe get some so when I do these videos, I can do that. But for now, just use a pedal wrench. Actually, I should probably be able to. You know the kickstand is located out of the way when you can turn the pedals backwards and then don't come in contact. All right, and let's see. So the right one's going to be threaded normal, so righty-tighty. Make sure I get these on nice and tight. All right. So yeah, 800 watt-hour battery capacity, pretty darn good. So 52 times 15.6 or so. Looks like we got a pretty cool rear light. I'm excited to see how that looks. This pedal on, reverse thread on the left pedal. The bike, the bike's cables look pretty clean. You obviously have some coming out from the bottom of the down tube here. thread started. Cadence sensor, pedal assist. Actually, I can't remember. So Juiced is kind of known for having this torque cadence combo, and I can't remember if this model has that or not. I'll have to do some more research on that. If it does have the torque and cadence both, I'll be very curious how that feels, because I have gotten a few questions about it. All right, that's nice and tight. All right, I'll stand over here. Where's the minimum insertion? Oh yeah, plenty of room here. The minimum insertion point looks to be right about here. So that's probably going to be plenty tall for me. Yeah, this is going to be plenty comfortable at its max height, seat height. So something to keep in mind. And actually, I probably should have raised the seat before I did the handlebar adjustment. Maybe I'd bring them slightly closer to me at this point, but feels pretty good. So I like the mid step though. That is nice. Might have to adjust the seat as well. Looks like it's kind of tilting maybe a little bit too far forward. Kind of a unique looking seat. It is Juiced branded. All right, let's go ahead and get the front light on, see if I can figure that out. All right, test drive. Can you close up some of the bike parts like the hydraulic brakes, handle grip? Is it a good feel? Battery, tires, how comfortable the saddle is? Saddle, I think, is pretty, I mean, it's average, would be my opinion. I think if you wanted something more comfortable, it looks nice. It looks cool. It fits like the theme of the bike, but it's not going to be nearly as comfortable as some of the other saddles. Unfortunately, it's going to be, I can bring the bike a little bit closer and show you, but I'm actually live streaming on my computer, so that's going to be a bit tricky. The handlebar grips, the grips feel fine. You could upgrade to locking if you wanted to. I would actually, I wonder, I think the ergon grips would probably fit on here. I've featured those. So are you related to RC Escape? No, I assume that's a remote control car channel, but no, I am not related to them. Although it sounds like a pretty fun channel. All right, let's see. Where's this? How does this work? Almost looks like, I wonder if they give you this additional bracket for, is it to bring it out even further? Oh, this is weird. Or is this if you get a front rack or something? I'm not sure. Because it looks like it would kind of just bolt right on here. And putting this on wouldn't really give you much more advantage, I don't think. I'll have to look at maybe the pictures and stuff, but man, that doesn't go on the outside. All right, and they give you 2 sets of the bolts, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but nice thing, I mean, it looks like it's pretty simple. I just don't know what that extra adapter plate's going to be. Get this on here. And I will need that little wrench and my wrench set as well. Or my little Allen set, I guess. Looks to be bigger than that, yeah. How about this size? There we go. So yeah, I'll be very curious on this front light here. Looks like a 10 on the wrench. I can't show you the battery up close though, if that helps. I used to use my camera, but then it shut off during a live stream, and I don't trust it again to do that. So, all right. So there is a little bit of clearance. Potentially this is going to face more down, which I guess is technically what you're supposed to do. I don't know what that this bar would do if it. I just can't imagine what this part does. So I'll have to maybe reach out to them and ask. Make sure I'm not doing anything incorrectly, or just look at, see if they have a guide online. But for now, we'll get it hooked up and see what this can do. And plug it in, super easy to do. Just line up the little notch in both of the cables and snap them together. I'll probably do a little bit of cable management, to be honest, on here, just to keep these cables a little bit more out of the way. All right, let's see here. Pete, great channel on RC Escape. All right, cool. Maybe I'll have to watch one of his videos. Wow, nice bike. I can't wait till mine is here. Manual, awesome. Does it feel very small compared to a regular bike? Let's see. I don't think so. I mean, this feels like a bike that's plenty big, in my opinion. I mean, it fits me. I'm 6 feet tall. You know, someone who's maybe a lot taller, it's going to be a little bit tricky, but I don't know. I like the style of these bikes that aren't super long frames. They just are, you know, really nimble and fun to ride. So I personally, I think it's fine. Let's see. Looking forward to a full review. This is one of the bikes I'm considering before I purchase my first. Awesome. Well, I appreciate it if you use our link in the description if you do decide to go with Juiced or any of the other brands. Looks small. I just made my first e-bike. Love riding. Awesome. That's really cool. I actually have not made my own e-bike. I just found when we purchased ours, it was just easier to buy one. Pretty reasonable cost when you're replacing a vehicle. 45 miles per hour, 100 miles range, donor frame, McCargy, Seattle SS. I am not familiar, but sounds pretty cool. 45 miles an hour is probably faster than I'd want to go, but the 100 miles range is awesome. Is this the class 2 or class 3? This is the class 3 version. All right, I think I should turn it on. Let's see. So right hand twist grip throttle on this. And where's the power button here? Let's see. It's behind the display a little bit. Is there a switch on the battery? The one challenge of doing these live. Let's see what's going on. All right, well, I guess we'll take out the battery first and see if I see anything. It's possible the battery is dead. I personally haven't had that happen yet. But where's the key on this side? Let's see. Actually not 100% certain how this, even these battery packs. Let me give myself a little bit more room here. I mean, Juiced has their own kind of proprietary everything, and so like they don't use the standard battery packs that you have on other electric bikes. So I'm just trying to, let's see. I mean, it feels like it's unlocking, but there we go. Slides out from the left side. Again, pretty massive pack. connector here. Yeah. All right, I'll show you the battery here. Just looking here, 52 volt, 15.6 amp hours. And there is a charge indicator here, but I don't know if you have to hit a button to show that, or not sure if you guys can see that. Let's see, is there an on and off switch? Gosh, I'm not sure if there is. Here's the charger port on this side. Let's see. Usually there's something simple that I'm missing, though I guess the battery could be completely dead, but that would seem odd. There's a fuse in the rear here. How many amps is the controller? Good question. I'm not actually familiar with the amperage, but I do believe they say over 1,000 watts, maybe even 1,300 watts on the Class 3 version. So it's a 750 watt nominal, but peaks much higher. All right, I'll put this battery back in, and I'm not sure exactly why it's not turning on. I kind of wanted to test the lights out on camera, but I might have to wait for our full review. Let's see. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve for this battery pack, but I'm sure once you do it a few times, I got it in there, and let's see. It's supposed to slide diagonally. I don't know why it's. There we go. Kind of just had to push it into place there. All right, I'll try to turn it on again, but I am not hopeful at this point. Just sometimes the connector can come or is not installed or not plugged in. I will look at the instructions quick just to make sure there's not anything I'm missing. All right, main display screen. Introduction. Power button located on the back side of the display. The power button used to turn on the e-bike. Other models use a key switch to power up the e-bike. Here we go. Well, this battery pack looks a little bit different. Juice e-bikes have two different startup procedures depending on the model you own. After turning on the battery, some e-bikes are powered up by pushing the power button. Other e-bikes are turned on by using the key switch. Use the chart below. Turn on the battery, but mine looks slightly different than that. And that's the cross current, rip current, the scrambler, and the scorpion, and then the hyper scorpion and hyper scrambler. Interesting. But this battery pack looks a little bit different. All right, I don't know if I'm missing something. I'll try once more, but I mean, there is a battery indicator on here, but there's nothing to push to turn it on. And I guess maybe it didn't have the battery pack in all the way, or locked. Interesting. Just kind of playing with this key. I wonder if it's not seated properly. I'll have to look at the manual online, see if they have any additional information. I'm guessing. But yeah, I'm not seeing a button like they show on some of the other models. That's the fuse. And yeah, I guess we'll have to wait on powering it up until, unless for some reason this battery is just not in quite right. It feels like it's fitting okay, but all right, one more time here. If not, we will end the live stream here shortly. Again, if you have any other questions, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them quickly before we go. But I'm guessing either there's something I'm missing, which is probably more likely than something being or the battery not being completely charged up, or at least half charged up. I have not yet received a bike that has 0 charge on it. So, all right, I will check the comment section, and if there's anything else, feel free to let me know. All right, button on the inside, security feature. Just looked at the website for this bike, and wow, this is one of the best value bikes I've seen in a while. There are other bikes. Tool makes me regret getting a rad power bike. Button on the inside side, security feature. I mean, I can pull it out again. This has to be their new, like a new battery that they're using though. Like their new 52-volt batteries. I will pull it out. I don't see anything. Not on that side. That's the branding. It's weird though, because there is a battery indicator on here, which makes me think there should be a button. Ah, there it is. I found it. It is right below the handle. You can see it's powered up now and blue. So, all right, I'm glad I double checked once more. Interesting. Okay, so yeah, that's gosh, that's tricky. That's something that's new. All right, so it's on. Or at least I hope it's on. I just got to get the battery back in again. All right, power up. There we go. Now we're in business. All right, now let's see if we can turn on these lights. All right, holding the pedal assist 1 button. I have to say, this might be the brightest light I've seen kind of flashed on that wall. Going to be really hard to tell, but yeah, that's really bright. And look at this rear light. I mean, it's hard to compare because usually I'm outside when I'm filming. It's a little bit darker in here, but I can really see that rear light. And at night, there's no question it's going to be bright. And it does get brighter when you hit the brake. So that's really cool. Where are they running the cabling? Looks like right down into the frame here. And cool. Yeah, so the only thing to keep in mind, if you had maybe a bag hanging off here, I'm not sure. There's mounts for fenders here, but not anything else besides that. Don't think you'd be able to put a rear rack on here, but so yeah, that's really cool. Very simple monochrome display on here, and yeah, as far as display goes, nothing special. Pedal assists are 0, eco 1, 2, 3, and S, I assume, for speed. So yeah, this is going to be a fun bike. I have a feeling. So simple display, but it's located towards the left. So you have some room for the handlebars on these BMX style handlebars. And yeah, very cool bike here. We have the motor cable coming in on the right side, or sorry, the left side, excuse me. And these are obviously 20 by 4-inch wheels, CST branded. Again, single speed electric bike. And you have this kind of chain tensioner here, some RipRacer branding. Again, really like the color. Very cool. And love the hydraulic brakes. I think this bike is awesome. I can't wait to test it out. All right. Let me know. I'm going to check once more here. They said the power button is on the inside for security. Thank you for clarifying that. I'm glad both of you pointed that out. Thanks, David and X Matador. Matador, yeah. Woo, that was close. Thanks, Nathaniel. There's a rear rack and front rack. I saw it on one of the juice videos of the RipRacer. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm curious how they mount the. Oh, I of course, yeah, my fault. I didn't look or think enough. So they do. I imagine you can put the rear rack to the same mounts here that are for the rear light. That makes sense. Thanks for the clarification, Manuel. I believe you can put a rear rack front and rear. Yep, I know for sure on the front because they had that plate up there, which I really like. All right, fenders as well. Very cool. Maybe this will, depending on how this video does, maybe we'll have to do a full accessories video on this, but I am super excited to review a juiced bike. Finally, it's been 2 years or so since I've really wanted to. I think they do some unique things in the e-bike space. All right, if anyone, 10 more seconds and then I'll sign off. But really appreciate everyone watching, checking out our videos, watching the live streams. I know they're not super interesting as I'm troubleshooting to turn the battery on, but it's nice to be able to interact with some of you. Yeah, again, there will be a link in the description to Juice Bikes. And if you make a purchase, it's a direct way to help support the channel. So we really appreciate it. The Latin Inferno says, is there a derailleur? No, this is a single speed manual. Thanks for watching. Which do you recommend on the price range between 1,000 to 1,800? Oh, that is a very broad question, X Matador. There's so many bikes in that price range. I think my recommendation to you would be decide what kind of style e-bike do you want. You want a city bike? You want something like this? You want a moped style bike? Do you want something that can fold? Do you want fat tires? Narrow it down there. And then if you send me an email, Ryan at eBike Escape, I will send you some options. But we really focus on the $1,000 to $1,800 range. And I mean, of course, you're going to get better components towards the higher end, hydraulic brakes, some things like that. And then the $1,000 range, there are some affordable models as well. We are, as we speak, working on our best affordable e-bikes video, 5 affordable e-bikes from $900 to $1,200. So stay tuned for that video. Thanks, Roger. Thanks, Bern. And really appreciate. Yeah, thanks for using my link. Thanks, Latin Inferno. Commuter bike, fat tire. Oh, gosh. Well, I think you could check out some of the Juice fat tire bikes for sure. You could look at the Aventon Adventure. You could look at the Rad Rover, the Rad Rover 6 Plus, or the original Rad Rover, though you'd have to double check if they're still selling that. They might be refreshing that model. I'm not 100% sure. There are so many fat tire models. Those are some of the ones that I've personally reviewed. And then, well, you can decide too whether you want 20-inch fat tires or you want the full 26-inch fat tires. These are the 20 inches, obviously, and some of those other ones I mentioned are 26-inch. So hopefully that helps. There's just so many fat tires. Himaway. Check out our fat tire e-bike video that we did about a month ago or so. There's some options there that I recommend. So, all right, thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video. Lots more coming as the weather improves here in Wisconsin. See you in the next one.